Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Welcome everyone to this podcast interview kind of thing with Kibsoon, of course. Kibsoon, to start off, could you please introduce yourself, what you do at the company, and of course, could you introduce any of the new members? Because a while back you did say that you guys wanted to expand.
Okay, so I'm in the team almost 2 years. I'm game designer. Mostly I'm responsible for quests in our game, and also I'm usually responsible for user experience and interface. And about new people in the team. Almost for the year we've got new programmer Adrian. He's at this moment working about farming. And also, I don't know, like 3 weeks, we've got Berkay. He's from Turkey. He's helping us with tests and with the translation.
Okay, so far you got 2 people, yeah, with translation you said, and the programmer who was helping with the farming mostly, because you guys are really working on farming and food and that sort of stuff bonuses, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
We hope to publish that, I don't know, maybe this week, even if not, probably next week.
Okay, interesting. I had a question about Black Ice Games. That's of course your company's names. Before Gloria Victis, have you guys ever made another game?
Well, it was so much time ago, but the team was trying to create other fields. It was quite a similar product to Gloria Victis, but the project was abandoned. It was not successful, but many members of the team has stay as a team, and they decide to start working about Gloria.
Oh, okay. Well, that was a little bit, of course, about the introduction of the new members, mostly. And a little fact I wanted to know about Black Eye Games. First of the first big topic is gonna be about traveling. Horses and boats are some of the things that were confirmed to come into the game. Have you made any plans to make sure that not everyone can get a horse or a boat? Will it be hard to make a boat, or acquire a horse will be really expensive?
Well, we want people to use to ride horses and boats, but probably we will make kind of levels and tiers of the horses. So as a new player, probably will be able to get a horse, but it will be, I don't know, slow or with low life or something like that. And best horses will be for best players.
Okay. And will you acquire this mainly by gold and other resources? Or can you win with, how do you call that, with your glory ranking or something?
It's hard to say, because horses and boats are confirmed, but not totally designed for this moment.
Yes, of course.
So it's detailed to decide. I guess it will be basing on gold, maybe with glory level, for example.
Yes.
That you have to get a better level to buy better horse.
Okay, interesting. Yes, of course. Of course, it's all on paper still. So, yeah. If horses and boats are in the game, those will be our primary means to movement and that sort of stuff. Will the fast travel system, as we have right now in the game, be removed, or will that stay?
Well, surely we will first add horses and boats, and then think and decide if we will remove fast travel or not.
Yes.
So we have to see everything together in game. About fast travel, the system is made that it could be still needed to use horses, right? Because you can't travel to castles which are under attack. So you will even travel to closest town and then get onto the horse and ride to the castle. So you're not sure yet, yeah?
Okay, listening to that, of course it's all on paper, but will a horse be in your inventory back, or do you really have to stall it somewhere?
Well, to get the horse, probably we'll have to visit the barn, yeah?
Yeah? Okay, what was his name of that game? Black Desert a little bit. Do you know what I mean with Black Desert horses?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it comparable, your idea, to Black Desert?
Quite similar, yeah.
Ah,
You
okay,
go to barn, get the horse, ride it. If someone, I don't know, steal horse from you, you will have to get back to the barn and get another horse.
Okay, so, well, this actually answers one of my other questions. Will mounts be stealable? So you can actually steal mounts from people?
Yeah, I think yes.
Amazing.
It's also under the design, because we can make stealable horses and permanent, probably until they die or something like that, or with some timeline, like you kind of rent horse for hour or two. Yeah.
Okay. And you already said something about the health of a horse. So can mounts die in battle?
I think yes. Also, there are two sides. Yeah, if you've got permanent horse, you just get to get back to the barn and let's say revive the horse again, or just buy the new horse. Yeah.
Okay. Let me just change that. Hopla. Okay. And lastly, once Fjord promises we could ride donkeys, will we still be able to ride glorious donkeys into battle?
Well, if we would have, when we will have horses, it shouldn't be a problem to get also the donkey.
Okay, cool. That's the most important part of me. I really want to ride my glorious donkey.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we will make donkey as skin to the horse.
That sounds good for me, at least. Just before we start with the next topic, welcome everyone, 20 people watching right now. If you have any questions, please ask them and I will try to push them through, of course. Next up, I wanted to talk a little bit about the map. When we get horses and that sort of stuff, I suppose that the traveling time between castles will be really small. Will there be an enlargement of the map, or will the current map stay and will it be stretched a little bit so it takes longer to walk from, how do you call it, Aldenstedt to Leektown?
Well, about map. Before fast travel, many players was annoyed because traveling was fairly too long and we've got too many kilometers to walk. Surely at start we will not enlarge the map. It will change a little bit. we probably will add some isles and I don't know, maybe some rivers and water to make it possible to move with boats.
Okay.
But probably map will stay with the same or at least similar size. Of course, if we will get more players, we will have to enlarge the map. But it's not. It won't happen really fast because for this moment we think that map is really big to the.
Yes, of course. Yeah, so it really depends on how do you say that, on the player base. If we suddenly have more players than there are for say castles or resources, you might enlarge the map. But till that time, it's okay as it is, right?
Yeah, and of course, to get more players, remember to give us positive review on Steam.
Yes, yes, of course. I already did that. I wrote a pretty positive one. And for all our viewers, please do the same. It really helps the game if we... what is positive again? 70% or 68% on Steam?
On Steam, 70 is
70. Okay, we need to reach
positive.
70.
Oh well, then we would meet in the heaven. Yeah.
Yeah, that's also always nice. So if you want to help the game out, please leave a good and honest review. The game really needs such things, and especially when a sale hits, please do it. Let's move on to the next topic, which is guild castles. What are your current game design plans for the guild castles? What goal do they have to be in the game?
Okay, so first goal to reach is guild depot to share materials each other.
Okay.
Also, we want it as a living place. Yeah, like you want. We want to add farms and workers to send them to work to gather materials for you, and to add to this point a little bit, let's call it kind of strategy. Yeah, you've got 10 workers and share them between the farms and make a little bit for you. Yeah, just to could go to Guild Castle and spend there much time. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. And you said something about sending out NPCs.
Yes.
Out in the world to how do you call that? Gather stuff. Is it possible for an enemy to loot that NPC? That it has a bigger, how do you call that? Well, bigger loot. That you suddenly have 300 blocks available.
That was in plans. Yeah, to send workers, defend them, or just gather materials with them. Also to add a few or more than a few events to add additional activities for players, like, I don't know, wolves coming to farms and attacking our workers and things like that.
In other words, NPC raids on our castles.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for that for so long. Yes, I'm really happy with that. One time there was a bug with a patrol of Izmir's who attacked me on the road towards League Town, and I was so happy to see that. I'm really, yeah, a bit down that it was only a bug, but cool. That's really awesome. For the next question, will we keep 3 guild castles, or will you implement more guild castles or even less? Like we're going back to only Scargard being a guild castle.
Well, we was talking about this topic many times. It Also, we was considering reducing number of guild castles, but I think that will not happen. For this moment, we'll stay with 3 guild castles. Also, about this, about guild castles, we would like to, I don't know, make possible to divide a little bit. So as, I don't know, as big guild, you hold the Audun, but you can give a small fort for another guild or something like that to create whole province for that, yeah, to make a place for many more guilds.
Okay, so what you're saying, if I understand correctly, one guild castle acts like a sort of capital, and with that capital you can link other other castles, which can become the castles of other guilds defending your guild castle.
Yeah, kind
Okay.
of that. Yeah, 10 forts. Maybe it's too much. Maybe 3 or 5 forts around the Audun.
And
yeah.
is it then the plan to first capture those 3 castles before you can capture the guild castle?
It was under consideration, but we're not sure yet. Yeah, it's at this moment not implemented.
It's still on paper,
not totally full. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is it it's still on paper, but I still have to ask this. Will we still be able to just attack those 3 castles anytime, or do we also have to wait for State of War for that? So that we can set up a little bit, because Aldenstedt and Oof, about a year ago, those castles still needed 2 to 3 hours to successfully siege. Right now you only have 1 hour, so or you need the biggest circ you can find, or you need to be really skillful. How will that figure itself out?
Yeah, maybe they will have just a bit bigger window.
Yeah.
For attacks. Also, maybe guild castles also will have bigger windows when we add the workers, because players won't get boring like at this moment. Yeah.
Yeah. I understand totally. Yeah, that I could see that happening. Okay, sounds good. Do you want to add anything else about the guild castles which you wanna let the players know?
I don't think so. I think we said enough.
Okay, very good. Then let's continue onwards to the guilds. For everyone listening, this is just a rumor. I heard this rumor a couple of times, a couple of months ago, about you maybe looking into making every guild a 20-man guild, so it's limited. Is this true?
Well, yeah, it is. But we're not sure about the numbers, but yeah, we want to limit the guilds because for years we've got from time to time we got guilds like for the whole nation on the server, like every meet on Volfield is in one guild.
Yeah, I understand what you want to say. Of course, for Sangmar that's Relic. For Izmir currently it's what's their name, Stormer, and then you have at AU at least, and with the AU mids it's more spread. Well, in the distant past you had of course Legion, Guardians, and that sort of guilds who were just mass guilds at a moment. and you guys, yeah, want to limit that more. Is it also the purpose to really get more PvP inside of nations, so that guilds will make contracts with other guilds protecting their guild castle, and with the third guild wants to take that guild castle, although they're all Sangmarians?
Well, maybe not totally PvP inside the nation, but yeah, we want to, as we said, divide castles, yeah, create provinces, so for real create more guild castles. So we want we want players to fight for this, not create, I don't know, relic, alt relic, alt of alt. Also,
Yeah.
on the other hand, when we have only one guild for nation, we see only one tactic. Yeah, we've got the leader who says to do things or not, and whole nation is listening him. So sometimes we've got whole nation running out, or whole nation defending just one castle, or something like that. We want to see more interesting things.
More diversity, more groups with their own plans, that sort of stuff. Like, one
Exactly.
group doesn't really see the purpose of sieging alt right now, so they go league, and that just gets the ball rolling or something. Okay. A little bit about guild levels. What's should they really say about a guild, and what purpose will they serve in the future?
Well, when we will limit numbers of the players in guild, maybe it will affect this. So I don't know, you get 10 level of the guild, so you can add 5 more players.
Yeah.
On the other hand, we want guild levels to affect, for example, guild depot. Yeah, you unlock 10th level of guild. You add another backpack to the guild depot.
Okay, okay. About depot, will there also be a limit, like only guild castle or a guild leader and officers can, how do you call that, put things in and put things out, or will it just be global, or will guilds be able to choose themselves, like in World of Warcraft?
Well, I guess it will be like whole guild can put in and put out the item, maybe with some recording, yeah.
Okay.
Like you see that LuFalcon has took 10 wood logs, yeah.
I would never steal anything.
Never.
Never. It's not like I stole a guild castle or anything, but Gohammer asked, if the guilds will become smaller in size, will there also be something added for some how do you call it, diplomatic relations between the guilds of the same nations, like defensive alliance, military alliance, which will make sure that members of those guilds cannot attack each other?
Well, we would like to. We was thinking about that connected with guild castles.
Yeah.
So first of all, we want to create alliance to make able another guild to open our gates or not. And on the other hand, I think it could be connected with our provinces and those forts. So yes, we've got this in plans, but it's not, I don't know, next month, yeah? But
Yeah, no,
a
of
bit
course,
later.
of course. Everything we're talking about, let's just say it's not even next year. It comes when it comes, and until then, just spam the Discord, of course. Yeah, a little bit more PvP-like question, but will there be guild wars, special rankings of big groups versus big groups in a special zone? Like we right now have 1v1 PvP. We have the tourneys of 5v5. Will there also be 20 versus 20 for guild rankings, like real PvP guild rankings?
Well, when we was designing and creating this 1v1 arenas, we had in our minds also 3 versus 3 or 5 versus 5.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, surely we want group fights. I don't know if it will be exactly like Guild Wars, but yeah, we want bigger groups to fight each other.
Okay, okay.
And this would also help us with the tournaments, maybe. Yeah.
Yes. It's still a bit figuring out, of course, with the server merge. But Jock said something on the Steam forums about planning maybe a third, how do you call that, event like tourney on a day. Have you guys talked about that or discussed it?
Events like tourney, you mean event PvP which we are leading with Bartold on the weekends, or
no, the normal tourney that started just now. Yeah. Will there be a third one every day?
I'm not sure about that. I mean,
okay,
then
then we'll just ignore that question. Of course, we don't want to speculate on things that you cannot, how do you call that, confirm. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Then we'll go to PvE, player versus enemy.